when I really started to care about my health, it was, hear that? Ready for liftoff. It was about 11 years ago when I really made space for myself, was single for over a year, and I really wanted to get to know me. Because I had been really giving away pieces of me for so long to so many people, and I was compromising on things I shouldn't compromise on. My mental health, my spiritual health. Hi, I'm Holly, and I'm sharing a part of my journey to bring courage and inspire you on yours. When I was 30, I moved to this beauty-filled valley up in northern Alberta. And it brought my wholeness out, and my potential, I saw it. And I was working around so many people from different countries, so I got to see my value through them. Because people from other countries don't act like people in the West. Like, the Western world is so conditioned on competition and judgment. And the people from other countries, they're not hitting on you all the time. They accept you as a friend, and they love you without conditions, without expectations. They're not pushing themselves on you. It was such an amazing experience. And I got to see more into my spirituality that I always knew I was connected in a way that I unconditionally loved all around me. I accepted everyone in the space they were in. I used my voice to stand up for people who couldn't use it for themselves. And then I was slowly conditioned to quiet myself and go into this little box. And so being in northern Alberta, I learned my value. I started to want to go vegan because I was finding more connection with the animals and how we've turned raising animals into a farming practice, in a way where they're literally shoved into this little tiny space for you to abuse them and use them. And it's I always say, okay, Wing Wednesday or Chicken Wing Wednesday is almost at every single restaurant. Where do all the chicken wings come from? Because I don't see chicken farms all over the place. Yet people don't question where their food is coming from. And so when I really started to care about my health, this was the point that brought me to start asking more questions. And it was first started with food, where my food was coming from. And then it turned, my spiritual health as well. It's funny, I told my sister a few things during, when I was out there, and she basically laughed at me. It was cuckoo to think anything like that. And there had been anyways. So then it moved to the water I was drinking. And then I was what's in the water? And I started to learn. And then I started searching out spring water sources. So drinking pure, clean water that's been filtered through the earth, that you can drink straight out of the creek. So I started caring about the source of my food, so I wasn't being poisoned. I started caring about the source of my water. So I owned a property in Ontario, Canada, and there was almost a orangey tinge to the water. And I had tenants in it shortly after I noticed that. And there was like a low water pressure. And I look in the basement and it's all galvanized plumbing. And out to the water line, the water main, I don't think they could shut the water main off. They ended up having to replace the water main. And so I replaced all the plumbing from the water main into the house. And when you look through that galvanized plumbing, it's like, I think it was probably 1.5-inch pipe. And like, it was like a pinhole of water was getting through this sludge. It was disgusting. Like the water lines must have been at least 100 years old or more. And there's this pinhole of water going through the water line with all this sludge. So you'd think that people are drinking that. Plus they're drinking, some states have actually banned fluoride now. Because fluoride causes the bacteria that causes cavities to bond to your teeth. And then when you're in town, the main water source is filtered water that comes from a level of the gray water, like the sewage. And so you think about the sewage filtration, filtered to put water back into your taps for you to drink and shower in. And they have like chlorine and fluoride and what else is in there? Pharmaceuticals. Because whatever prescriptions that everybody's on, estrogen, all these hormone-inducing prescriptions, birth controls, that's all in your drinking water. They can't filter that out. So I cared about my internal health, which helped my mental health, which shifted so that I could literally see my value through these people who came from different countries. Because when you're stuck here your whole life and you never leave, you never see how other people live. So you're stuck in this competition world where everybody's walking around with their cell phones. Nobody says hi to each other walking down the street. That was the beginning of my journey where I started to care about my health. And when you start a journey like that, sometimes you gotta and be the observer. And you observe those around you and you see what kind of value they hold in your life. So then, my need for bettering my health even more turned to my relationships. The majority of my romantic partnerships lasted about 3 months. That's it. Like, not many made it to 6 months or long. Like, I think one guy made it longer than 6. And it's because, like, when you're with someone and they breadcrumb you for, they want to be with you because you provide value in their life. When you can actually sit back and see there is a connection, yet it's not meant to go farther than a reason. Majority of the time, it's not even a season. Majority of the time, it's a reason or a lesson, something to teach you. And so when you start to look at the relationships you have around you, family, friends, you're already starting to care about your health. Well, your physical, mental, and spiritual well-being is going to be limited depending on who you choose to have around you. So sometimes you choose to have nobody around you. Because what good is it going to do? Hinders your progress, stops your growth, puts you back in your little box. And I swear, like, more than the food and water health, removing toxic people from your life is going to be the best decision that you can make. And this is my perspective. Whether you choose to do this or not, this is your choice, okay? This is your life. This is a partial disclaimer that this is what I chose to do for me. It's not for everybody. Not everybody can live alone. Not everybody can wait for those healthy relationships to come in. So many people have just settled. 1044. So it's up to you. It's your life. It's your reality. You're living this life once. So how do you choose to live it? Mwah. Bliss to each and every one of you. May you always make decisions that benefit you and your highest and greatest good.